Okay, we're ready for John's gospel, the fourth gospel. John is unique. If I had the time, I would explain to you the four levels of Jewish interpretation, and each of the gospels fits into one of those levels. Mark is the simplest, and then Luke is the most complete, and then Matthew as a priest, and now John. John is more like a Zohar, the Hebrew word for enlightenment, or John is a mystic. He's a prophet. He's probably in his 90s or so when he writes the Gospel of John and the 1st, 2nd, 3rd John and the book of Revelation. John wrote 5 books in the New Testament. And John, he's my favorite author because he's so simple. When I taught Greek, I would always start with John. Enarchein hologos, kai hologos en proston theon, kai theoson en logos. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was what God was. And you go from John, and John has a total of 7 miracles that Jesus did, 7 signs to prove that he's the Messiah. And at the end of his book, John says, many other things Jesus did and said that are not written in this book, but these are written that you may believe, and believing have life in his name. That's the point of the Gospel of John. These 7 miracles. You know what the last 2 of those miracles are? He heals a man born blind. And the way he does it, he spits on the ground, makes clay, and puts the clay on his eye. I think he was creating new eyes for him. And the man went and washed and came back seeing. And the last miracle of Jesus before his own resurrection is he raises Lazarus from the dead, and Lazarus has been dead for 4 days. His sister said, when Jesus said, open the tomb, his sister said, it's gonna reek. There's going to be a terrible smell. He's been dead 4 days. And Jesus said, didn't I say, if you open the tomb, if you obey me, you'll see the glory of God. And sure enough, when he opened the tomb, Jesus called Lazarus alive out of the grave. The place where that happened is now called El Lazaria. It's a true story.